I'm going to introduce Tim Brennan first, who is the person who started the petition. If you can just say a few words, Tim, about why you started the petition, what was behind it, and the impact that this issue is going to have on you personally. Tim.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tim Brennan. I'm a freelance video tech, and I've worked mainly in music touring for about 30 years. Today I want to just quickly give a freelance tech's point of view. Broadly speaking, I deal with large video screens and cameras that you see at concerts and gigs. And over the years, I've toured with bands like Madonna, Lady Gaga, Peter Gabriel, and quite a few more. I'm amazed and encouraged by the response the petition has received. Just over 280,000 signatures. Shows there's a real passion for live music. I started the petition so that people would understand why artists and crew need to be able to carry on touring and be able to move freely throughout the EU as we did before Brexit. When we tour in Europe, we mostly travel by sleeper bus. And after a show loads out, we'll go to sleep on the bus in one country and we'll wake up in another country. And that is repeated to the end of the tour. If there's any border delays, that's going to be a massive issue. And that could result in a missed or cancelled show. So the UK music industry is known the world over for its talent and innovation. And as such, the technical backup that supports it is actually world beating. And that's why there are so many technical companies, freelancers and specialist trucking companies based in the UK. UK passport holding techs like me will lose out to our EU counterparts if there's any extra red tape or cost. Why would a tour employ someone like me from the UK with limited travel ability? When they can simply use an EU tech. Our industry contributes nearly 6 billion a year to the British economy, and unless we take immediate action to remedy this avoidable situation, the 200,000 people or so that work in live events, like me, will end up on a scrap heap. Both our government and the EU have said it's not their fault. It's not a time for a blame game. Brexit has happened, and our freedom of movement has gone. And now we find ourselves left without any exemptions or agreements in place for touring the EU. The future of music touring is looking really rather bleak. Now, my petition has called for urgent action and clarity from our government, and we need them to listen to us and go back to the EU and negotiate this on our behalf. And when I say on our behalf, I want to include the artists, the musicians, the crew, but also other industries that will benefit from this, such as conferences and exhibitions, news journalists and crews, the film and TV production industry, and all other touring professionals that work in the EU. This petition has really brought this issue into the limelight. And as we must remember this, that artists, musicians and crew, we're all in this together. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Tim. And can I just say, I'm so pleased that you actually did start this, because it has just shown how key this is actually to our economy, apart from anything else. And I can't stress how unusual it is to get that level of signatures on a petition, particularly in such a short space of time. So thank you. But I'm going to bring Tim in now to respond and perhaps try and bring out the salient things that we've heard today, and to perhaps tell us the real, 3 or 4 things that you want MPs to all mention this afternoon to really hammer home the point to government. Tim.
Quite clearly, I'm not a politician, and I'm not an economist either. But what Noel said about us losing our work is very real. As a freelancer, we are getting companies emailing us saying to us, if you haven't got an EU passport, we can't employ you. And that's thousands of my colleagues and my friends all facing life on the scrap heap. Something needs to be done about that, but there you go. I would like to make one final point, really, and that's about the wider economics of touring. When a large tour comes to town, say a stadium-sized tour,
you're looking at upwards of 50,000 fans going to that to see that show. That's 50,000 people that will eat, drink, and they're going to stay at a hotel or possibly stay at a hotel, local establishments in that area, in that local economy. You know, and it's not just the big shows like that, it's hundreds and hundreds of little gigs all over the EU, and it's every night. And without our freedom of movement to sort of go through there and play those gigs, the gigs aren't going to happen. You know, and those little economies that are in Europe, not just here, but in Europe, they're going to lose out as well as us. You know, it's not just about us, it's about all those little ecosystems around the venues that we play in. You know, and that's my final point. And maybe it's a good point maybe to start negotiations with the EU on.
Thank you so much. And it's so sad today with COVID as it is that all of you can't be in Parliament today, because that when we have a crucial debate like this, one of the things that really adds weight, and it's just unfortunate the way that we're operating at the minute with COVID, is when people that this really affects come along to Parliament and make their presence felt. But can I just say that it's been a real privilege chairing this session today. I think it's very unusual that you get so many parliamentarians really being worried about this. It's so clear that there is a logical solution to this. It can be sorted out. It just needs the government to put their mind to it and get it sorted out. And can I also say that it's an opportunity to thank all of you for providing the endless pleasure that we all have. And, you know, when we get back to a normal world and reality, I think you will be swamped for people wanting to come and take part in your festivals, listening to your music. I think we all crave that interaction and that part of our life that we just so sadly missed for the last year. So I think we'll be all flocking to try and see everybody. But thank you very much. I think it's been a really wide-ranging discussion, and I'm sure the debate this afternoon will be incredibly successful in getting the point across to government.